So welcome. I'd like you dressed kind of warm because really muscles can stretch better when your muscles are warm. It's kind of cold today, so I've got sweatshirt and sweatpants, a nice padded area. I have an extra pillow for some of the things, or if you have one of these yoga blocks, you can go find maybe a cushion from your outdoor furniture. And then I have a rolled up towel to put underneath my neck. So I'm gonna sit down on the floor, and you can pause at any time. I'm probably gonna go through these a little faster, so I'm probably going to give you about 5 movements. And if you wanna pause, repeat it a couple of times and then go on to the next one. So I know this kind of hurts your neck, but if you can just find your way onto a mat and just take a moment. I call this cat stretch, where you're just stretching out your fingers and toes and just kind of checking in with your body. And you can put some music on that relaxes you, some Kenny G, that kind of thing. And we're going to start looking at our spine. So the cervical spine, we want to move it, the neck. So you're just going to turn your head slowly side to side. We think of it only as lower back, but they all work together. And then chin in like you're nodding, maybe drawing some circles so that you're feeling what it feels like to have your head on straight, ears over shoulders, and then allowing some movement around the last vertebrae that fits into your skull. And then the shoulders, kind of rolling out the shoulders, lifting them and rolling them forward. So we're getting a little movement in the thoracic shoulder area, and just gently reaching for your heels as you move those ribs. And then that pelvic tilt cat as we bring the tailbone through and point it down and lift the heart. And then round, feel that. And you could add a leg as you round, bring it in and release it, and notice the core engage as you drop it. Bring it in. You can lift your shoulder blades off and release it. And just do this a few more times as you stretch out the back into the hips. I really do not see them. They're a continuum and very connected. So if the hips are tight, it can be that your back is tight and the other way around. And then letting yourself step out really wide. So it's hard to move if your feet are together. So take them right off the mat and just dropping a knee slowly. So you're letting the spine move, the lower spine. And this is called a windshield wiper. Just going very slowly and breathing here. When we tighten our breath, our muscles tighten. So your knee, as it comes down, should not be hitting the other leg. That's how wide you are. And breathe. And again, you can pause it here and go for a little bit longer, or just repeat the circuit. And then bringing both knees in, just doing some circles. So this is strengthening the core, which also complements the strength of the back. And nose to knee if you like that. And gently rolling, not letting the head plop back. And then you can come into what we call happy baby, where the knees separate. You're bending the knees, maybe holding on to toes. And this is the problem. Hard to do stretching when Lydia is here. So I'm just gently rocking side to side, breathing here, and letting yourself take that pillow I had mentioned and put it off to the side. And you're going to straighten the leg that's next to the pillow. hug in the opposite knee and just give a little circle, flex and point the ankle. And then take that hand and gently guide it onto the pillow. And if the breath starts to tighten, relax that shoulder, breathe here. Oh, my lovely Lydia. And if it's too much, I can double up the pillow or just find a thicker pillow. But this is great for stretching out the back and getting into that hip. And then slowly bringing it up. What I notice when I work with people doing this, I'm going to move my pillow to the other side, is that they tend to crunch up in their neck. I want your arms lazy by your side, like your arms are in an A shape. And it's not important to slam your shoulders down. Just allow that hip and lower back. You can wiggle here. Maybe just kind of stretch the arms. Don't be scared to move, but I want it more of a gentle wiggle and breathing. Your breath is truly your guide here. And then slowly unravel it. Maybe come back into that cat stretch, kind of smile. Make claws with your fingers and toes. And then bending one knee, crossing over that figure four. And I can just leave it here, or I can thread through. And maybe I'm just going to hold with one hand. That's fine. So we're not trying to cause tension. And it doesn't matter if there's no tension in the hip. When the breath is tense, the whole body tenses. And maybe some circles, just playing here, flexing and pointing your foot, straightening that leg. And you really are just trying to have more movement around that spine, lower spine, and into the hip. And then just take a moment to relax, breathe, not rushing in any way. And then try the other, where you're gently picking up that foot. I might keep my foot flat if my hip is tight, right there. Or pick it up, or I call this a sling, where you're just reaching through, maybe just with the same hand, holding on as from the bottom. And then gently releasing it, coming into that stretch. So taking as many opportunities as you can during the day to find the stretch, to do that cat stretch, that pelvic tilt. And I can do it here where I just round my back and then straighten it, move that spine around. And I'm going to gently roll onto my side and come onto my belly. Oh, you knew this was going to be trouble. And pick up your feet. So where we did windshield wipers, now we're on the belly, gently moving. You can belly dance the ankles. Feel free to rent a dog to place your head upon. Gently moving side to side. Breathing. And maybe just some kicks, because into the hips, the quads come and the iliopsoas, and that can tighten and throw off the spine. And then just take a moment, you're just planting your face. Try not to hunch up the shoulders, so just let them relax. Just taking a moment. What is nice about the knees bent and our belly against the floor is we're getting a nice massage into the intestines, so they stay nice and healthy. And when we were on our back doing the windshield wiper, massaging the kidney. So using the floor is a really great thing. And take a moment to just savor. Take a few more deep breaths. And thank you for joining the lovely Lydia and Nanette. Take care.